What if there was a way that you could price your product in such a way that when people see the price and the product, instead of saying that infamous line of "I'll get back to you" or "I'm not interested," instead they jump at your product and buy it because they know that you are justified for pricing your product that way? Stick around to find out. Hey guys, it's your brilliant teenage entrepreneur and graphic designer Unported, and today I'm going to be teaching you a product pricing checklist, 2 things you need to note before pricing your product, and 2 strategies that you need that will help you when pricing your products properly. So the first thing you need to take into consideration before pricing your product, obviously, is the cost of production. Now, cost of production has many things under it, but I'm going to try my best to cram it into this video. So first of all, in cost of production, you need to be clear about the cost of your product. Take note that you must not fix prices based on what your competitors are pricing, because by doing that you are killing your business. You are killing your business. Your price should be tied to your cost of production. Your price should be tied to your cost of production, and also to the desired profit that you want to make, and also the value of your product. There'll be more on that later. So first of all, how do you calculate your cost of production? To calculate your cost of production, you need to first of all take into consideration your direct and indirect cost. I hope you got that. First of all, you take into consideration your direct and indirect cost. So what is your direct cost? Your direct cost is the cost that you incur only when you are producing a product. You do not incur this or take this when you are not producing any type of product. So direct costs include the cost of the raw materials, the transportation, the packaging, the salary of your employee, or whatever. So direct costs can also be in form of fixed and variable direct costs. So now fixed cost is the fixed wage that you pay to the people who are directly involved in producing your product. In producing your product, it can either be weekly or monthly wage or salary that you pay to whoever is helping you to produce that cost. But if you pay those people that are producing that help you to produce your product based on how many they produce and package, it is called variable cost. Variable cost is the cost that you pay an employee based on how much they produce. For example, you are producing sugar. If you pay your employee based on how many cups of sugar that they produce, that is the variable cost of production. Now, finally, direct cost can be defined as the cost of raw materials and, of course, the packaging. That is basically direct cost. So under cost of production, we also have indirect cost. Indirect cost is the income or cost that you have while running your business as a whole. That is your rent, your rent, the salary you have to pay, your price of your water fee if you are abroad. Basically everything that it does not have to do with the production, but has to do with the business as a whole. It does not have anything to do with the production. That is why you don't incur it in your direct cost of production. Now you need to know that. Now that you know that, let us actually calculate cost of production. Let us now calculate the cost of your product cost of production. So I'm going to be using body balm as an example now. So first of all, to calculate cost of production, you need to add up all the costs included in the producing a batch of your product. What does that mean? Let's say you're making body balm and you want to make a batch. You need to add up all the costs. For example, let's say you bought the raw materials. You spent an hour or a minute making it. You use the machine. Someone helped you with it. You need to add everything up. Then step 2 is to divide it by the total number of products that you yield out of all those resources. Now, I'm going to play you a short video that I just recorded now of calculating cost of production. Watch it, and I hope you understand. I'll continue. Alright guys, so let's say you want to think cost of production of a body balm you are producing, and then you produce a 5 kg of that body balm, and then you the cost of the bottles you bought, and the amount and the shea butter that you bought, body balm made of shea butter, and the cost of shea butter that you bought is okay, body balm, let's write bottle price plus shea butter price is equals to 4,500 naira. And each batch of the 5 kilogram balm gives you 50 cups, and 50 cups of body balm. That is with 100 grams of cup size. We then calculate the cost of each cup of the body balm, which equals to cost price equals to total cost over quantity produced, which equals to 4,500 divided by 50, which is equals to 90. So that is your cost of production. 90 naira is the cost of production for the 50 cups of body balm. Let's get back. Okay, I believe you got that. I hope that video was explanatory. I recorded that before I recorded this one, before I recorded this video that I'm watching now. But yeah, I hope you got it. Now, after you have gotten the cost of production, and when you're clear about it, you then decide what markup you are going to use for a product. Now, what is markup? Markup, M-A-R-K-U-P. Markup is the difference between the cost price and your selling price. Now, let's say the cost price of the body balm is 90 naira, like I got in the previous video. If you decide to sell that body balm at a cost of 150 naira, that is, you added 60 naira to the cost of production, which was 90 naira, you sell it for 50 naira. You sell it for 150 naira. Then your markup in the for selling it was 60 naira. Your selling price 150 naira minus your cost price, which is 90 naira. That is 60 naira. Now, markup is very good for starting out when you are starting a business, but gross profit margin can be very helpful for examining how much profit you want to make when per sale. Wait, can you please stop shouting? I'm recording a video here. Now, I'm going to a markup profit margin is yeah, you're seeing it on the screen right now. I don't really know how to explain it well, but this should really explain it. So, a 20 to 30% profit margin might be ideal for your product. If your product is for the margin, for the masses, like you are selling it to multiple people at once. But you will need massive sales to be. But if you need massive sales and you want to make a lot of profit, a 50% to 70% margin will be ideal, especially if you are a manufacturer that wants to sell a lot. I want to sell a lot. Now, I see we're already at 7 minutes on this video. So that is basically it. You determine your cost of production. By adding up all the cost for your raw materials and time you spent and everything, your salary, blah blah blah, and then you divide it by how many you've made. That is your cost of production. Then to determine the price that you want to sell it to, you first of all get calculate your markup. So you add different markups to it, and then you calculate the profit margin. If it is within the 20 to 30% range, it's okay, you can keep going with that for now. But if it is within the But if you want to keep going, you can go on to the 50 to 70% markup range. Now, the second thing that you must take into consideration before pricing your product is the channel of distribution. You heard me right, channel of distribution. Now, if your business is a business where you produce it in your shop and sell it in your shop, you might not need a channel of distribution except you are doing dispatch riders to deliver it. But the second thing you need to consider when choosing prices for your product is the channel of distribution. Now, what channel of distribution do you plan to use? Ask yourself that question. Are you hiring affiliate marketers? Are you doing middlemen? Are you doing dispatch riders and delivery? What one are you doing? You need to ask yourself that question first, because it plays a very big role in determining the selling price of your products. That's basically it. I don't want to go into detail in that. It's just ask yourself that question. Once you've answered that question, determine how much you're going to pay, whatever you are going to use, whatever channel of distribution you are using. So now, going back to margin, your profit margin. Now, I have 3 effective ways that you can use to increase your profit, to increase your profit margin properly without much loss with your cost of production. I hope I did not confuse you with that. Anyway, the first step is to don't overemploy. Don't say because your product is a bit much, you will now hire 15 people to be doing 15 things. No, you don't need to do that. What you can do is that you can hire one person to do 2 things, or you can hire one person to do 5 things even, so far as they are capable of doing it. But that way you are cutting down price a bit. You are cutting down price a bit, but you have to add a little bit of what you would have paid more people into that one person's price. Please replay this line again, because I know it might sound confusing to most of you, but yeah, that is it. Do not overemploy when pricing. Do not overemploy when you are making your products. Now, the second thing you need to do to keep your profit margin high is to buy raw materials in bulk. Going back to that body balm example I gave, you just buy raw materials in bulk, buy the shea butter in bulk, buy the bottles in bulk, buy the oils in bulk, so you don't always have to be buying whenever you need to make a particular product, because by that way you have more. How do I say this? That way you have more resources to go to whenever you feel like you need to make another product. Now, the third thing you need to do to increase your profit margin is to reduce your suppliers. That is, if you are not the one producing your product, you need to reduce your suppliers to at least 2 or 3, or probably even 1, to get a better grasp on your pricing. To get a better grasp on your pricing. Now that we're done with how you can properly, again, that is it. Those are the 3 effective ways that you can increase your pricing. Please, from here down to the beginning of this video, please make sure that you implement everything that I have mentioned before pricing your product, because if you don't, you might end up pricing absurdly and you might not make much sales. Now that we are done with this section of the video, it's time to move into the next section of the video, which is 2 awesome pricing strategies. Now, these are strategies that you can use to grab potential customers and keep your own customers ready. Now, the first strategy for pricing is the market penetration pricing strategy. Now, in this strategy, what you do is that when you enter into the market, you start with low pricing. Then you start with low pricing to attract more people. Then when you are starting to scale a bit, you start to increase your prices more. Start to increase your prices. Now, you need to be very, very cautious with this, because once you have gotten those people as customers and you just increase your prices high, they can leave you and go to other people. So what you do to avoid this is that once you have gotten them, you let them know that this was an introductory price and that you can increase it at any time. That way they will not be as upset, or will not be upset at all when you increase your prices. But make sure that you are increasing your prices slowly. That way they will not be pissed. Let me say pissed. Don't be pissed off. Now the second pricing strategy when you want to price a product and sell is price skimming. Now what is price skimming? Price skimming works best for unique or new product. Let's say people have been so used to this ruler like this, and then you come out with massets. You can put your prices high when you come in. That way people will definitely be like, wow, what is masset? Let me buy it. They buy it for whatever price it is because they know that they've not tested it before. They want to try new things. That's how it is. Then when more massets come out, you can now start to reduce your prices. Just start to reduce them slowly, so that you can. That way, you are the first to come out with high prices. When more people come with their own prices, in order for you to keep your prices, in order for you to keep your people, you can then reduce your prices of the masses. Now, those are the two pricing strategies for gaining and keeping customers. Though the aim of this video was to teach you how to price. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you like this video and you enjoyed it and you really gained something from this video, please do not hesitate to like this video. It really motivates me to keep more videos coming for you guys. Also, if you are new here, please subscribe to this channel and also turn on all notifications so you never miss a new upload. Now, once again, I'm Unported. I am your brilliant teenage entrepreneur and graphic designer. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.